Hi Capricorn, it's Jerry. I'm here with a monthly twin flame reading. You might know about this, but I started it in May and I've been doing it monthly now. And it is kind of a take on your journey, on your twin flame journey, month to month. How is it progressing, along this path? I'm going to use from my tarot book, from my holographic deck, a spread that I like, and what I'm doing is comparing the divine masculine to the divine feminine, his feelings, her feelings, his thoughts, her thoughts, his hopes, her hopes, his actions, and her actions, back and forth like that. So this side is going to represent the divine masculine, and this side is going to be the divine feminine. But definitely put yourself where you see yourself. You could change, exchange the sides for yourself according to how they resonate. Also, according to whether you're the feminine or the masculine. And sometimes we might consider ourselves an overall feminine, but we might be going through more masculine energy period. So that's possible too. So just, male, female, masculine, feminine is also not the same thing. So just because you're female doesn't mean that you have to be feminine, but in a general sense we are. In a general sense, the male is masculine. Also, when we're matching up with our partners, they might tend to have more of the side that we crave. So if we are a little bit more on the feminine side and we like that masculine, we're attracted to that, we're going to attract the masculine type of twin flame. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So also every month I've been using different decks. This month I'm going to use the Illuminati Tarot and the Alchemia Tarot. They're both very like light, golden, rich in color tarots, and so I think they're very compatible, similar yet different, which is another representation of the twin flame situation. And on the masculine side we have the Romance Angels Oracle, and on the feminine we have the Romantic Fairy. I have two sizes of the Romantic Fairy, and neither of them are the same size as the Romance Angels, but the little size is easier for me to work with, so I'm just going to use that one. And let's begin there, because first we're just going to get some messages, just kind of general atmosphere of the situation between you two. All right, I don't know. This is supposed to be fairy music, but it sounds like lullabies. Okay, so let's see now. For the divine masculine, the first question we're going to ask is, how are they? Oh, well, we're not going to ask about that until we get to the tarot. So let's see what's going on with the divine masculine in the month of September for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or any other placement. What's going on for the divine masculine during this time? All right, so the main thrust here is trust, thrusting trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. And this also came out, let me see who had the trust card, because I talked a lot about faith, trust, and pixie dust, and how faith is not exactly the same as trust, but faith is part of the whole learning how to fly, manifesting things. You need faith, believing in something that you can't actually see, trust, and letting go with the universe, letting go of the how it's going to happen, letting the universe take care of that. And then the pixie dust comes in and brings you the magic you need. And I think it might have been Cancer. I feel like Cancer was matching up pretty good with Taurus as well. So you might want to check in on that. Check some other signs out just to see who you're matching up with. Let's see now for Capricorn, the feminine side. So divine feminines, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and other placement. My Venus is in Capricorn, so I like chivalrous people, and I like to be wooed, I like courted, I like the old-fashioned stuff. So some of you might resonate with the Venus in Capricorn as well. And trust is very important in every relationship. Ooh, and see? So there is some things hidden in this relationship. There is some kind of disguise. It could be like a Cinderella situation where she shows up and she doesn't say anything, but she physically appears to be wealthy and from good family and maybe a princess or something. And he doesn't say anything, and so she just assumes he's a wonderful man, but not the prince. She doesn't even know he's the prince. We see that so many times in fairy tales, especially in Aladdin, where he, initially, she meets him and she sees him for who he is. But Jasmine, who I'm saying is she, is in disguise. And then the other way around, he's the prince. And she is looking at him like, do I know you from somewhere? So there could be this, and then the other thing could be the fact that maybe you two know each other very well, but nobody else knows anything about you, which is quite common in the twin flame relationships. All right. Well, then let's get into our reading. Disguise or no disguise, I'm not going to say one word or another if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think the disguises occasionally, I don't know if they're always necessary, but when they are part of the story, it helps to get to know yourself, your inner self, a whole lot more, right? It's part of the journey. It's part of self-love, and it's part of your inner journey. So that being said, let's see. What is the masculine feeling towards the divine feminine in the month of September? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and other placements. Venus. What is the divine masculine feeling? Let's see. What is he feeling? Wow, okay. He's feeling, he's having trouble being in his feels. He's being more in his head and his thoughts. And it's important, if you're in your head too much, to try to get into those feelings. But then sometimes your thoughts cause painful feelings, and that's why a lot of times you don't even go to the feelings. So I think that he's feeling a little bit indecisive about something, or he just wants to be very certain, very clear on the matter, really. And also, I think there's about a bit of fairness here. He could have some kind of maybe Libra quality about him, where he's blindfolded, so he doesn't use his senses, but he's able to stretch out and reach out to use his sixth sense. Now, in that case, that's pretty good there. But a lot of times, this is being stuck in an indecision. It's all depending on how the person's drawn. She looks fairly open, like receptive. So maybe she, in her hair, is like flying, and there's a bit of allowing for an extra sensory perception to come in here. Okay, well, that's good. Feeling like maybe my regular senses aren't working so well. Maybe I should tap into my other senses. Yes, good. Okay, let's see what the divine feminine is feeling in the month of September towards her masculine. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Let's see. Ooh, we got Justice, some more Libra energy. So very similar and funny because the Justice card often is blindfolded too. But it's a little bit more about weighing. It's about balancing gives and takes, and it's a little bit like the reciprocity card, but not so much. It's almost like it's fairness. It's like, does this equal that? Does this match that? Yeah, and so the feminine here is also thinking, are we in a fair match? Is this a fair situation? That's typical for for Capricorn to think that, you know, think in a very practical sense about love, you know, because the twin flame relationship doesn't always follow the most practical rules. It makes you stretch beyond the rules into this boundless, unconditional love and self-love. And so it gets a little bit harder for the earth signs to figure that out, I think, in a general sense, but not always. Let's see what the divine masculine is thinking in the month of September towards his divine feminine. Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, or other placements. What is the Capricorn thinking? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, so he's thinking Prince of Wands. Okay, he's thinking, you know what? I feel like it's time to be bold. And see, these are more like thoughts. And those are more like, and these are more like feelings, and that's more like thoughts. So when you get into the passion, get into the fire signs, it's a little less about thinking before you're acting. It's acting before you figured it out. So he wants to be sure he's not being impulsive, but definitely thinks that it's time to act, time to move forward. It could also be thinking he wants to send a message of passion, or take a risk and be brave. Ooh, nice thoughts. Okay, so what is the feminine thinking about or towards her divine masculine? She's thinking, she is thinking, I want to play this game, but I want to be fair. And all I can think of is, trying to get away with things. Like, I just don't want to wait. I want to take the shortcuts. This card often reminds me of the tortoise and the hare, right? Slow and steady wins the race. So the tortoise is walking along, and here comes the rabbit racing really fast and taking shortcuts just so it can win. But what happens in the end? You know, something, I don't know, what didn't something come across the hare, and he falls asleep, and then the tortoise wins anyway, or something like that. But the point is doing things the fair way. Going by the rules. Sometimes the rules are meant to be broken. Maybe she's thinking this is a case where the rules are meant to be broken because it's a twin flame relationship. Why should we follow the rules of society? There's a lot going on here. So that's why she's also in her mind a lot about the conditions of the situation. All right. So let's see now about the divine masculine. What are the divine masculine's hopes in the situation? For Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. And there we go. The hopes. Ooh, the hopes is the sun. This is a really good placement for hopes. The best placement for the sun is in the thoughts category, you know, because to be in your enlightened thinking is very healthy for you, but hopes is good too. So the hopes is, the sun is all about hoping for happiness and hoping to have confidence and energy, hoping to have success, hoping to have good insight, and hoping for the union. There you go. Hoping for success. Okay. What is the divine feminine hoping for? She is hoping, right, we've got the Four of Swords. Oh, I haven't seen this one yet. So this is, she's hoping that he hears her. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me calling? So, can you hear me calling you? In her dreams, she's reaching out to him. And I had to write that down because that might make a good title. I don't know. Anyway, can you hear me calling you? Can you? I feel like there is this psychic connection here. There is this. Ooh, yeah. And there is this, and she's got a sword, and this is a sword. So they're both sides here are picking up and putting down swords and trying to use their intuition or their higher mind to connect. And sometimes they go into overthinking and they have to stop and remember to go back into the healthy kind of using of the mind, which is to be in awareness, to be in the now, to really see the present, be in the present. And so she's practicing a lot of being in the present. That's really good. So she could be, meditating and contemplating. This could also be about healing too. She's hoping, no, he's hoping for energy and action, and she's hoping to be able to receive and be restful and welcoming. Okay, so let's see what his final actions are going to be. What are the divine masculine's actions towards the divine feminine in the month of September? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and other placements. I did that one real fast. Let's see. His actions. Male or female, but this is the masculine side. What are the masculine's actions? In the month of September, towards his feminine or towards the relationship or for himself. What are the divine masculine's actions? What are divine masculine's actions? All right. Wow, very nice. He's got the Emperor. He wants to be in divine masculine mode. That's basically it. Like, I am the Emperor. I am a father. I am authority. I am ruler. I am structure. I am power. I have my boundaries. I'm in charge of this situation, of what I attract to me, and I'm also the divine masculine in this situation, and I'm in my power. Divine masculine, feeling in their power. Very nice. Okay, let's see now what the divine feminine action is going to be in the month of September towards her divine masculine. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or other placements. Let's see what her actions are going to be. Ooh, see what? But we have Capricorn again, and the devil represents Capricorn and also physical union. So she could be looking forward to some kind of physicality. But we also have the star with this, so renewal, hope, and then we have some Aquarius. So there could be a cusp situation here too. So definitely watch the Aquarius reading too, which is going to come up next. So yeah, the star is all about hope and dreams and cleansing and healing and optimism and serenity. So I feel like she's very open. And you know what else I'm feeling? Like, I know this sounds a little bit weird, and there's certain, I am hearing womb cleansing. That's what I'm hearing. Something that came out today said, something I read is like, sometimes the last thing we have left for healing that we don't even think about healing is cleansing the womb. And there's rituals, I suppose, to do that. Look into that. But you have the imprint or stamp from different relationships you've had in your life, and if you want to really connect with your twin, then you need some womb cleansing too. So that's another one. That's another kind of healing out there. Take it or leave it if you want, but I think that's a good idea. Why not? All right, let's see what your charms have to say. All right, you have the key to each other's heart. Oh, you see, you have the little babies, twin flame symbol, the little angels, the 3D angels with their 3D booties. And you have the fairy who's single, and this is the fairy that is going to find her match, because it's an earring that lost its match, and it's going to find it now. Find their perfect match. And then you have peace and love, sister of the bride. So you could be going to a wedding, or this could mean you are the bride. You have the world, or meet somebody at a wedding. The world, you might be going on a plane trip. You have reach and faith and love. You have the Eiffel Tower, and whenever I see towers, I feel like this is like you're kind of a transmitter tower. Whatever you think about, you're attracting. So be sure to think positive thoughts, send out to the universe exactly what you're interested in, receiving back, you know. So transmit those positive signals now into the universe, just like our cell phone Wi-Fi towers are sending out a signal out to the satellites. You do the same to the universe. You're a beautiful, deep thinker and a beautiful person, and everyone sees you that way, and so you have to see yourself that way too. Also, or you should see yourself that way before everybody else does, right? But the airplane is saying possible travel for you guys, so that looks exciting. All right, you guys, well, hope you like that. Thumbs up if you like that. Feel free to comment below. If there's anything you need, check out the description box. There's all kinds of links on where to find me, and you can also get a private reading. Reach out to me through my email address, and I will send you a how-to. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Over there at the end of this video will be a little face and a fairy that you can hit that subscribes, and over there is a playlist if you want to watch other videos like the Aquarius video or other placements in your chart to see what other parts of your chart will come alive and connect and make sense, because sometimes there's a bigger picture, and if you can mix and match these readings really easily, you can also look at it like a big 12 card pick a card type thing, and just follow whatever sign calls to you. It doesn't even have to be your sun sign. All right, so you might try that, you know, or maybe if you have a question and you want a sort of an explanation of this question you have in mind, choose one of those videos. Just let spirit be your guide and see what happens. All kinds of fun ways to do these videos, but yeah, definitely check those videos out. Anyway, I hope you like that. Beatrice and Pixie Dust.